The story of a Yemeni girl in America that ended with her father sentenced to 17 years. Imagine living your life normally, studying, planning your future, and suddenly, the people closest to you become the reason for your fear and disappearance. This is a real story that happened in the United States, and it ended with a harsh sentence against a father because of his daughter. The girl is Yemeni American and spent her entire life living in the United States with her family. She grew up with a different mindset, believing she should choose her own future. But her family had a very different plan. Her family was arranging a traditional marriage for her in Yemen to a man she did not choose. It wasn't just about marriage. There was extreme pressure, threats, and, according to investigations, significant financial interest behind the arrangement. She refused. And that refusal caused serious conflicts inside the family, reaching a point where she genuinely feared for her life. Because of this situation, she decided to escape. She traveled to Mexico, where she had a romantic relationship with a man there. She was trying to protect herself and get away from the pressure, but her escape only increased her family's anger. After some time, her father contacted her and told her that the family had changed their minds and were willing to accept her choices. He asked her to return, promising that nothing would be forced on her. Trusting him, she returned to the United States. But the promise was a lie. As soon as she arrived, her phone was taken away. She was cut off from the outside world. She was not allowed to leave the house. Her life turned into confinement inside her own family's home. Later, under the excuse of a short trip, she was taken out of the country. She was told they were traveling to Egypt, but the trip was a trap. From Egypt, she was forcibly taken to Yemen. There, she was held inside a family home under strict surveillance by her brothers. According to her testimony, she was threatened repeatedly and told that if she refused the marriage, she would be killed. She was completely isolated with no freedom and no way to communicate. Despite everything, she managed to secretly obtain a SIM card. She contacted someone she trusted, who then reached out to human rights organizations and U.S. authorities. At that point, the case began to grow. U.S. federal authorities, including the FBI, opened an investigation. They collected messages, recordings, and witness statements proving that she had been taken out of the country against her will. Eventually, her father and one of her brothers were arrested in the United States. The girl was brought back to America and stood in court as the key witness against her own father. The charges included international kidnapping, unlawful confinement, and attempting to force her into marriage. After a federal trial, the court issued its final ruling. The father was sentenced to 17 years in prison. The judge stated clearly that parenthood does not give anyone the right to take away another person's freedom. This story sparked wide discussions about forced marriage, women's rights, and the difference between guidance and control. In the United States, even if you are a parent, the law protects individual freedom. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next story.